The landscape team got a long ways this week on getting the landscape nearly complete as far as annuals and such. Hi, I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings, and today I'm going to take you for a walk through the gardens and show you all of the beautiful annuals that we have planted up in our Proven Winners signature garden. Come take a walk with me. Planted up along the front of our parking lot, up against the front of the greenhouse garden center building, we have the Supertunia Vista Jazzberries. These were a great new introduction last year, and we planted a mass planting and loved it so much that we're doing it again this year. On the front side there towards the parking lot, that is the gold dust plant, and I feel like that's just kind of a hidden gem. Not many people use it or know what to do with it, but it's a great ground cover that's nice for really dry or drought tolerant places. In the middle, we have salvias planted. They are not blooming quite yet, so we'll catch those in bloom in follow-up videos. Also, we have some beautiful allium. These are the Allium gigantica. These are bulbs that we plant, and just love the whimsy look and feel that these bulbs give into this space here along the parking lot. We're going to head on over to our south berm and check out what's blooming out there. It's an absolutely gorgeous day today here in West Michigan. We are zone 5B, 6A, and I don't know, it's probably about 70, a slight breeze. Just the perfect day to be outdoors. So let's go ahead and take a look at the annuals that we have selected for this garden bed. If there's a perennial that's blooming along the way, I'll mention it as well. But mostly this video is going to focus on the annuals in these gardens. So we did a mass planting here, creating a border of the Supertunia Mini Vista White petunias, and then the new Supertunia Midnight, Vista Midnight petunias. It's kind of a really deep, dark purple. So this is going to look really pretty as they continue to grow. I really expect that this purple and white are going to play well together and really make each other contrast beautifully. The Mini Vista series, those are more compact varieties that are great in the landscape like you're seeing here. The Vistas, the original Vistas, they'll get about 2 foot tall and 3 foot wide. Where these Mini Vistas, they'll only get maybe 12 to 18 inches tall, and they can go about 2 foot wide. As we're making the corner here, you'll notice a transition of color. We now have the Supertunia Vista Bubblegums. Along the back here of this berm, we did a mass planting of bubblegum, and that is going to look so pretty. Once it all fills out, it's just going to be a sea of pink. Up there on the top of the berm, we have the Bloomerang Lilac. This is the Bloomerang Dark Purple, and let me just walk up there and get you closer. If only video would allow for the whole scent coming through, you would be absolutely just loving the scent here of this lilac. But look at these beautiful blooms, just absolutely massive color going on this Bloomerang Lilac. This is a reblooming lilac. So this is what the first bloom looks like. It's the most prolific, the most blooms. And then throughout the summer, it does what I like to call kind of spitter spatter blooms, meaning just kind of here and there. But really, if you're getting a lilac that's going to give you any kind of blooms in the summer, that's something that a normal traditional lilac isn't going to do. As long as we're here, I will show you up the new fence line. So this was just dug up probably a week ago. Okay, so along this fence line, we did kind of groupings of mass plantings. We have the Supertunia Bubblegum, Supertunia Paradise, some more Supertunia Bubblegum, and then a little grouping there of Salvia, so that's going to give us some purple. And then it kind of repeats as we go along the fence line. More bubblegum, more paradise. In the middle of the fence, they did a few of the Mini Vista Whites to kind of break it up, and then onward it goes. So this is going to be a beautiful patchwork of purples, pinks, and whites. This bed, in the future, hopefully we'll be able to get some structural plants in here, like some shrubs, some big perennials, and then obviously put some perennials throughout and in. But with this just being the first year, we just wanted a massive color. And the Supertunias are definitely going to give us that pop of color we're looking for. A few more of the bubble gum as we're continuing around here on this bed. Up at the front, you can see we did another little grouping of the Supertunia Mini Vista White, Supertunia Mini Vista Midnight. The yellow you're seeing, because I'm sure you're going to ask, is the Spirea Candy Corn. Look at that beautiful mass of yellow. Little columbine here, or Achalegia, blooming, part of the early bird series. And then making our way around the front of this berm. Oh, last year when we did the trial on these Nemesia mulberries, I just fell in love with this plant. It's a beautiful little mound of color. Look at the habit of that. So nice, neat, tidy, just lots of flowers. Super fragrant. This is in full sun right here in Michigan. And this should be blooming all summer long. We kind of dappled those in with a Supertunia Vista Paradise, just to kind of create a little pop of color. The only concern I have, and I hope this doesn't happen to be the case in the end, but is that Vista Paradise might get so aggressive that it will, let's say, drown out the Nemesia. So we'll see how that goes. Something to watch as the summer goes along. Up on the back hill are some of my favorites. The Amsonia Storm Cloud, just whipping in the wind here today. Bordering here the rock wall, we have the Lemon Coral Sedum. Again, that bright splash of yellow. That's going to fill out throughout the summer and create a massive border of chartreuse, green, yellow foliage. Back there, the white you're seeing, more of that Supertunia Mini Vista White. One thing I've been noticing at night when I'm leaving here around 10 or so o'clock is everything just kind of blends into the night sky, with the exception of those Mini Vista White. They just glow in the dark. And that's why I think it's important when you are planting a garden that you use white, because white not only looks good with every color it's planted with, it also creates just that beautiful glow in the dark kind of look. So it really makes your gardens feel alive in the night. We've got the sign bed planted up here. Again, lots of Lemon Coral Sedum kind of edging this garden bed. Tucked in the pockets is the Supertunia Mini Vista White. And then behind it, we did a mass planting of the compact purple sun patiens. So really excited to see how this turns out as these flowers continue to grow. Heading now over to the Waterfall garden, we did a kind of a mixing up, or a grouping of a whole bunch of different annuals up here. Definitely we did mass planting, but we did a lot of just mixing and matching to just give some extra color and extra texture into this bed. So as we approach, you'll notice a bunch of different colors going on. So we've got the Diamond Snow Euphorbia, which is this beautiful little white mound. Some Sun Patience Hot Pink, Cordial Cherry Begonias, Lime Time Coleus. I think this one is a Torchlight Coleus. Artist Blue, Argyratums, Surefire White Begonia. And you'll notice that these colors are going to just kind of repeat themselves as we're walking through this bed. The main goal here was to have the Sun Patience Hot Pink be like the main focal pop of color, but then accenting it with these various other plants. In the center of the waterfall there, that's always a troublesome spot for us. So let me actually go in closer. In the center of the waterfall, we did the Diamond Snow Euphorbia, Lime Time Coleus, Surefire White Begonias, a couple little patches of the Artist Blue, Artist Purple, Argyratums, and then again I think it's the Torchlight Coleus. And as you can see on either side of the fountain, repeating all those various different plants. Up there at the top of the waterfall is the Suncredible Sunflowers. So that's going to be a beautiful massive yellow as those plants continue to fill out and grow. So this here is, I guess you call it a waterless pond or a dry pond, where there's no actual sitting water. The water just falls down into a water reservoir and then recycles back up to the top. This pond here we left more natural. It's a lot of frogs. You might have just saw one jump there. There's a lot of frogs and things in here, so a little bit grosser and dirtier looking, but it's also a very natural area, and it's enjoyable to see the different frogs and wildlife that are in this little pond. On this side of the waterfall, again, we've got it lined here with the euphorbia diamond snow, sun patiens, the artist purple, begonias, coleus, all the fun things. There's a mass planting of the cordial cherry begonias. We really loved those last year as well when we planted them in our trials, and I think they're going to look really spectacular with that golden foliage coleus. Continuing to make the way around, you'll notice here we've got the sun patiens lining the border, which again, that's the plant that we want to be the main focal point of this garden bed. And then more repeats of everything that we have seen so far. As we head out to the 55-mile-an-hour garden, look at this massive planting here of the Supertunia Vista Jazzberry, and then lining it is the gold dust plant. That's something new this year. It's been lemon coral sedum in the past, but I just wanted to shake it up and try something different and new. The north berm just got planted up this week, and I think it looks amazing. So I love the colors and selections that we chose for this space. The front border is the Supertunia persimmon along with the Supertunia Mini Vista Yellow. And that is just going to look so beautiful, kind of that pinky orange with that yellow. I love how it just kind of continually repeats. We also did mass plantings, again, of the Nemesia Aromance Mulberry, Diamond Snow, which those play off each other really nice. And then behind it, we have Lantana, which that's something we don't normally plant out in the landscapes here, but it does great in landscapes. Here's a mass planting again of Nemesia and Euphorbia, and then it just kind of repeats back and forth with the Lantana, Nemesia, and Euphorbia, and then obviously that persimmon and Mini Vista Yellow the whole way through the bed. Doesn't that look gorgeous? What do you think about this color? In the back there are some perennials that are blooming. These are the creeping phlox. This is the Spring Bling series. Spring Bling Rose Quartz, Spring Bling Pink Sparkles, and then on the end here is the Spring Bling Ruby Riot. So that's what really kicks this garden off with some color to start, the early season color. As we make our way around the bed, there's dianthus that are going to be exploding in the next week or so. Look at all those buds. That is going to be absolutely gorgeous. Some of the Paint the Town starting to bloom a little bit. Corabelle's always a great splash of color. This is the Dolce Wildberry. Some more Paint the Town dianthus just starting to kind of show us little peaks of color. Making our way around this bed, we've got some salvia just starting to show a little touch of color. This is the Pink Profusion. And then again, another mass planting just to kind of, as you're coming down the busy road, another splash of color to catch your eye, using again the Supertunia Persimmon, Supertunia Mini Vista, Nemesia Aromance Mulberry, and the Diamond Snow Euphorbia. Really beautiful. I love those colors together. Kind of show you what it looks like from the far end of the property. As we head around the back of this berm, we'll see if there's any color going on. I don't anticipate there's going to be much. Most of the color ends up at the front of the garden. Here's some heuchera. This is the dressed up evening gown. Continuing around the back side of the berm, we've got more Mini Vista white Supertunias. And I have to laugh because they always set the pots in the ground before they dig the hole and drop it in. Looks like they missed one. This is not intended to be like this, but this is a pot that we grow all of our annuals in for the landscape. Is an 8-inch hanging basket. Basically what that does is it gives us bigger plants faster so that we can have kind of more of an instant impact, which is what we are looking for out in these trial gardens. In the back there is a lemony lace sambucus. Excellent color and texture. I just love, I mean, it's a breezy day today, so I just love how that just kind of dances in the wind. Super Bowles yellow, Mini Vista yellow, Supertunia Mini Vista white. So I guess they did do more on the back side than what I had thought. So it looks like they just kind of repeated the Supertunia Mini Vistas, the white, the midnight, and the yellow. So this is going to look pretty too as it fills out. So we're trying to use a lot of the new varieties for 2023, planting en masse. We did trials last year, and obviously if they made it out in the gardens this year, we were happy with how they performed. So we're trying to do them more en masse this year just to really bring awareness to these varieties, because if we don't plant them and do mass things, it's hard for you all to know what they look like. The yellow you're seeing there, that is Drops of Jupiter oregano, and then behind it the black, that is the Midnight Masquerade penstemon. Few of the Supertunia Mini Vista hot pinks tucked in on this side. And again, we're back around to the front with just all that beautiful persimmon and Mini Vista yellow. Loving that look. The top of the pergola also got planted, and it's a little hard to tell. Let me see if I can zoom in for you. We did the Supertunia Jazzberry, Supertunia Mini Vista white, and then we did that big leaf vine as kind of a trailer, and I'm already seeing it kind of trailing through the slots there, and it's looking gorgeous. Line the pathway full of aquapots, and those are doing really great. The aquapots are nice because you only have to fill them about once every 5 to 7 days. We'll head up to the back side of the waterfall and just take a peek from the top down. There's those incredible sunflowers I was talking about. Those are going to be gorgeous once they start blooming. So here is the top of the waterfall. This probably would be better if we were doing it at night when the sun is more directly on the plants. It's a little dark with the sun behind me right now, but this is just such a beautiful, beautiful collection of proven winter annuals. Thank you for walking through the garden with me today. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. If you're new to our channel, we invite you to subscribe on YouTube. Thanks for watching. I'm Heidi from Garden Crossings.